a lot of people will ruin a thick cut $50 steak. What they do is they get it burnt on the outside, raw on the inside. It's got all that gray and a little bitty pink in the middle maybe. Well guys, stick around because today I'm going to show you how to cook a nice thick cut steak. We're going to do it the Texas way and it's going to turn out fantastic. Well, I bought this ribeye steak the other day. It's 24 ounces and it is indeed 2 inches thick. Told the butcher I wanted a 2-inch steak. He did that for me and there lies our problem. The thickness of this steak makes it hard to cook all the way through. So let me show you how I season it and how I cook it to get it to come out perfect every single time. This steak has got a tremendous amount of flavor in it. I want to maintain that flavor, so I'm not going to overpower it with my seasonings. Today, we're using MRE from the Grill Sergeant. It's basically a salt, pepper, garlic rub. I'm liking it very good. And guys, this is a very big piece of meat. It will hold a whole lot of rub. That is 24 ounces of steak. So we're going to season this baby up. Turn it over, little SPG on this side. Let this steak sit for just a little bit and sweat out. And while it's doing that, we're gonna make sure our grill is ready to go. So let's take a look at it and see how I have that grill set up. I have my kettle set up for an offset cook. So I have foil on this side, my charcoal's on this side, so the air has to come through it up. It's gonna be heating my grill grates, and we're gonna start off cooking it in a reverse sear fashion, with it gaining smoke and slowly bringing the temperature up on this side on an offset cook. I'm going to tell you about a poll I'm doing, and it's going to be pinned down in the comments. And it's common mistakes and problems you have cooking a thick steak. Go down there, click on it, and I'd appreciate it if you fill it out. But what I want to know is A, do you have a problem getting the center right? B, do you have a problem with your crust? C, do you have a problem with seasoning of your thick steaks? Or D, do you just overcook a thick steak every single time? Go down there, take that poll after you get through watching the video. This pit is just about 225 degrees, so I'm gonna sit my steak on here, cool part of the grill. My fat toward the grill grates, got a new set of these. Gave my son the old one, so I went and got me a new set, but that's ready to go. We're gonna cover it up about 15 minutes. We're gonna flip it side for side. See y'all then. We are 15 minutes in. I'm gonna pick this steak up and just turn it in for him. Be careful. These ribeyes got a lot of fat in them and you can rip them in half when they're tender. But we're gonna add smoke to it and we're gonna keep slowly bringing up that temperature. Cover it back up, see you in 15 minutes. I'm gonna check temperatures real quick. Got about 115 right there. That's a good temperature. 110 wouldn't hurt it, but we're gonna get those off. This steak can easily come apart right now, but we're gonna get it off, let it rest. I'm gonna open up all the vents on this, run it up to about 450, maybe 500 degrees. And another quick tip for you is a good thermometer, guys. Got this one from Chef's Temp. There's always a link below for Chef's Temp. But have a good thermometer if you want to cook yourself a good steak. Another tip is use a nice quality butter to finish your steak off with. You want that steakhouse sheen, try putting a little salted butter on it. Now we're gonna put our hatch marks on there, so here's another tip, guys. You want a beautiful steak, learn to put beautiful hatch marks. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna lay it at what would be 10 o'clock, right? If this was a clock. And I'm gonna leave it there for 60 seconds. Now we've been a minute. So I'm gonna pick this steak up and I'm gonna bring it over here to a fresh area and I'm gonna put it down at 2 o'clock. See, we got some sear marks on here. Look nice. It's been 60 seconds. So I'm gonna pick up my steak and now we're gonna take this side back to the 2 o'clock position. It was at 10 the first time. So this time it goes back at 2. Turn it over. 2 o'clock, and we'll go 60 seconds right there, and then we'll check our temps. 60 seconds is up. We're gonna come in, and now we're gonna take it back to that 10 o'clock to finish our hatch marks on this side. And would you look at that first side? That is a beautiful, beautiful steak. Check our temp. We're at 120 right there. Go the other way with it. 122. So we're doing all right temperature-wise. I'm gonna pull this at about 125, maybe 130, and it should carry overcooked to that 135 degrees. And I'll show you how we finish off this lovely, lovely ribeye. There we go, time to get it off. And we're gonna let this rest for about 10 minutes. This has been resting for a little bit. One thing we wanna do also is finish it off with some quality butter. This is about the only time you'll ever see me use salted butter. Kind of pick it up. This is gonna give it that pretty sheen you see on a steakhouse type of steak. Put some underneath it, let them melt. Let these melt down, then we're gonna get cut into this and see how it turned out. Now, it's about time to slice this, but before we do, I just want to remind you guys, use that reverse sear. It's a great way to cook a steak. A quality steak shouldn't be grilled. Too many people grill their steaks and they ruin them. Reverse sear them, you're gonna get a much nicer steak. But we're fixing to cut into this and see how it turned out and if we like the steak that we made. Did we ruin it or did we cook it right? Come on in here close and let's look and see. This is oh man, such a pretty steak. Let's cut it right here. See how it looks like. See if we got that pink from one side to the other. Oh my goodness, would you look at that steak. MRE, a little salt, pepper, and garlic. But that most definitely is a beautiful, beautiful steak. That is really, really pretty. Let's slice this one here a little bit, take some off. Would you look at that, guys? That is a well-seared steak, and it's a full 2-inch, 24-ounce prime ribeye, and it is lovely. Let's look up here on the spinalis, see what it looks like. Man, it's a little closer to rare, it looks like, but I am liking it very, very much. Look at that, it's a beautiful steak. Well, this is a lovely steak. Remember, reverse sear and those tips I shared along the way. You have to have a good thermometer. You need to season it properly, get that good crust, put those hatch marks on it. Guys, you eat with your eyes before you do your mouth, so make it look pretty. Those hatch marks are loved by almost everyone. So great hatch marks, some finishing salt, a little bit of butter, and it's gonna be better. So get you a nice flaked salt and you can sprinkle that over your finished ribeye or your T-bone or your filet, whatever you may have out here. But that'll melt into there. It's gonna give you a nice bite. And again, you can use salted butter for finishing your steaks. If you wanna make a cowboy butter, that's great also. But remember the tips, remember the reverse sear. Do not grill those steaks. Do not ruin a $50 beautiful thick steak. Cook it like I showed you today. Now remember, I am the ultimate beef loving Texan, so I do know how to cook a steak. And this is a great way to do it, finished with a nice little butter pat and some finishing salt. So let's give it a try, see how it tastes. Oh yeah. That is so good. The seasonings I use, that MRE, doesn't hide the flavor of this steak. And look, we were pink from top to bottom. We didn't have that big gray and a little bit of pink in the middle. That's what reverse searing does for you. But it's a lovely steak. It's gonna be a fantastic meal. I'm gonna get this into the family and we're gonna enjoy it. I think your family will enjoy it also. So if you cook up a really nice thick steak, get down in the comments, tell me about it, tell me what they thought about it. Just remember in the comments to go to that pinned comment and answer the poll if you would please. I'd really appreciate that. Always remember to like, subscribe, and share. I am Chef Johnny, the ultimate beef loving Texan, and we'll see y'all down the road. So long, everybody.